Oh, hey, page turners, welcome back. This is episode number 29 of Longbox Weekly Comic Book Review. This is where I talk about the books I love, hate, buy, and leave on the shelf. Right now, we're in the home of Longbox, and that is Comic Explosion right here in Lapeer, Michigan. We're located at 216 East Nipissing Street, and right now we got 20% off trade paperbacks and 40% off most back issues. So swing in, take advantage of some of these sales because I'd love to see you guys.
Love it or hate it or buy it, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it or buy it, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it or buy it, baby, come on, leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it or buy it, baby, leave it on the shelf.
And here we are again with the most important part of the show, that is supporting independent artists. So if you're a letterer, a writer, a penciler, an inker, a creator of an independent comic book, if you've got something that's in print and you want to send it my way, do so. I'll give it an honest review and put it on the show. Everybody that sent stuff in so far, with the exception of one book, I've kind of had to go a little hard on, but even when I did go a little hard on those guys, it was definitely constructive criticism. So don't be afraid to send me your guys' book. I'm not here to just promote stuff. I'm here to actually give my honest opinion about stuff. So send me your books. And speaking of supporting independent artists, this week we have another independent book. This book comes to us from the Superhero Network, and if you guys are familiar, Superhero Network sent me the Paragon issue. However, this issue is Lady Phenom. Now, this character in this book is definitely a female. Everything in this book is her trying to stand as an independent woman, trying to give herself an independent role, and not need man as that one thing that is kind of the propelling goal or the inspiration to get things done as a female. A lot of the things that were done in this book I enjoyed. However, I did kind of feel like as much attention as you're trying to draw away from woman needs man to be a woman, I feel like the fact that woman needs to conquer man to be woman is just as, as demeaning to the character. So I got to say that I really enjoyed where you were taking this issue in this book. I'm really interested to see where issue number 2 goes. So I would definitely recommend any people out there, especially females, that are looking for a positive female role model. This is definitely an independent book where you guys would definitely want to start. So I highly recommend you guys checking out the independent book from Superhero Networks, Lady Phenom, issue number 1. Thank you guys very much for sending this one in. Up next, we have The Walking Dead, issue 130. Now, any of you that's been watching the show know that these last few issues have kind of been irking me. I don't understand why they jumped 2 years in the future. A lot of these stories that they've been telling these last few issues, I really just feel they don't progress the story none. I don't really even feel like this book has anywhere left to go, any more stories to tell. And this issue definitely kind of rang that bell of, whoa, they're grabbing for the weird things now. I really hope that the cliffhanger that was in this issue isn't where they're going. I hope it's just kind of like a ploy, like a trickery situation. Those of you that have read this book, you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you that haven't, you're probably like, what the hell is he talking about? The only thing I'm going to say without giving away a book is zombies do certain things, and when they don't, they're not zombies. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to make the decision on whether or not Walking Dead issue 130 is worth picking up or buying. But if you do pick it up, don't blame me if you guys dislike it. Up next, we have Batman issue 34. The 0 year is over, and this issue seems to be going back to the present time. Didn't have Greg Capullo on this issue, so right off the bat, I was just kind of feeling a little let down. I was hoping for some new Capullo artwork, but I did kind of enjoy this artwork in this. I don't feel like it was as crisp and as vivid and vibrant as I was kind of hoping it was going to be, but it did kind of, it lend well to the story. In this story, it's a direct pullback from anything else that you've ever seen in Gotham. It's kind of a throw to the Joker, trying to call him back out of the shadows wherever he may be in this timeline. So I gotta say that I did enjoy this issue, but I did miss Greg Capullo. So with that being said, I do recommend you guys definitely go out and check out Batman issue 34 and judge for yourself. Next up, we have the all-new Ghost Rider issue number 6. I've enjoyed this book so far, every single issue. Treadmore's artwork is just really what brings me to this. The story is pretty cool. It's an interesting take on the old character, Ghost Rider. But man, everything in this book is just, I'm enjoying it, definitely. This issue, however, it wasn't really on par with everything else. It brought a new artist in, and even though it's very similar, it seems like the artist is trying to emulate what Trad's doing. It just made me wish that Trad's artwork was in this book. So as much as I really didn't enjoy the artwork, I did enjoy the story. I thought it was a great issue. I just kind of felt like, this artwork wasn't up to par with what we've been expecting from these last few issues. So definitely check out the all-new Ghost Rider, and definitely check out all-new Ghost Rider issue number 6. You're not going to be disappointed. Next up, we have Multiversity issue number 1. Now, this is DC's major event that they're going to be doing this year, and I got to say, with Grant Morrison at the helm of this is going to be something that's either going to be very impactful, or it's just going to be another one of those things that gets retconned. It's going to be canon for somebody else to do something with it later on down the road. This issue, I really enjoyed it. I was a bit confused as to everything that was taking place, but I think that was intentional. I think there's a lot of, put you in a moment so you go, wait, what's going on? Just like the characters. Because there's a lot to explain in the storyline. They're going to be doing a lot. If you guys have seen, if you haven't seen, I recommend checking it out. But if you take a look at the map of Multiverse, you're really going to see the size, the overall concept of what they plan on doing, and the enormity, the general size of this event. So I really recommend you guys checking out Multiversity issue number 1, whether it be buying it, borrowing it, or just reading it in the shop. You guys are definitely going to want to check this out. If you're into anything that's DC, this is definitely going to ring out. If not, then this is just going to be a waste of time. But I really don't think that's the case. I really think Multiversity is going to be around. I think a lot of the things that are going to happen in this book are going to echo out for the next 10, 15 years in DC. So definitely check out Multiversity issue number 1. You don't want to leave that one on the shelf. Up next, we have Deadpool versus the X-Force issue number 3. Now, anybody that's reading the current Deadpool issues and you're finding that a bit too slapstick, a bit too outside of the character that you've grown to love as far as Deadpool, the crimson comedian, the merc with the mouth, you're really going to enjoy this Deadpool versus X-Force. This is a throwback to the original Deadpool. This is all like a precursor to the events that take place in the New Mutants 98 issue, the first appearance of Deadpool. So if you've liked the old style Deadpool, if you really like the way that character was really introduced and kind of the stories were told with them, especially with the whole X-Force involvement, you're really going to enjoy this book. So I gotta say, if you like Deadpool, the old stuff, if you're looking for some new Deadpool stuff, if you like X-Force, definitely run out, pick up Deadpool vs. X-Force number 3, 1, 2, and 3, because you're really going to enjoy this. Like I said, it's a throwback to the original stuff, and all you fans are really going to pick up on all the Easter eggs. So definitely check out Deadpool vs. X-Force number 3. Next up, we have Batman and Robin issue 34. Now, if you've been following the Death of Robin or the Robin Rises Omega storyline, you're missing out if you haven't picked this one up. The story picks up right after the last issue, and man, Batman is on a mission. He's going to save his son no matter what the cost. In this issue, he finds some allies and some situations and some events that he really, it's definitely not the allies you'd expect him to have. So I'm going to have to say that I'm really eager to see this storyline play out, where this is going to go, where it's going to lead. I got to recommend you guys picking up Batman and Robin issue 34. You guys are going to enjoy this. You guys know what time it is. Garbage Pail Kid time! If you don't know what Garbage Pail Kids are, you probably had a horrible life. This is something from my childhood that keeps going, and it just, every single time I open up one of these packs, it just brings me back to when I was a child, opening up brand new fresh packs. So, as always, I'm going to break into this fresh pack. This is a brand new Series 3. This is, these are new cards. You haven't really seen these from the old series. This isn't the old stuff from when I was a kid. These are new cards. So, if you got any, like a Walmart, a Meijer, any place like that around you that actually sells these, go out, buy you a pack, man. Let me know if you got some good stuff in it. Alright, first up, we've got Alarm Clark. Haven't seen that one ever before. Pottery Peggy. That's nasty. Bouncy Brody. Bouncy, bouncy. Oh, such a good time. Clay Dreidel. Pulled that one out of a couple of packs. New Year's Eve. Pulled that out of a couple packs as well. Worn Out Warren. It's a pretty neat one. Revolving Ryan. Every time I get in one of these revolving doors, I'm afraid that's going to happen. Mark Twain. This is actually an atom bombing throughout history. It's Mark Twain. I love these. I've seen like a Moaning Lisa, a bunch of other stuff. C. Shelley. Again, every time I put one of those shells up to my ear, I think that something's going to crawl out and bite my brains. And then we've got Larry Letters. This one, actually, I might even put this on my computer because I'm a letterer. So there you guys go. That is the fresh pack. So with that being said, well, that's it for this week's Books Page Turners. Thank you guys very much for checking out this week's episode. If you guys would like to check out this week's independent book, Lady Phenom, click in the description below and you guys are going to find a link to the Superhero Network. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely click that subscription box over there. If you got any questions or concerns, comments, leave them in the questions and concern comment boxes down below. Thank you guys very much for all the time you guys have been spending checking out these episodes. Oh, you guys noticed my shirt again. This shirt, I'll get you a little closer look there. Tutti frutti. Anyways, this is from T-Villain. They're a company that comes up with shirt designs and then they post them up online for 24-hour period. After the 24 hours is up, if you haven't ordered it, shirt's gone. You don't get one. So definitely go check out T-Villains. Tell them Mike sent you. You guys are going to like some of the designs that they got over there. It's always some really interesting, cool things going on. So definitely check out T-Villain. Check out all this week's books. Check out the independent books. Check out next week's episode. I'll see you guys again.
Love it or hate it about you, baby. Maybe leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it about you, baby. Maybe leave it on the shelf.